Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are starting our video series on wet flies, soft hackle wet flies, nymphs, flimps, you name it. This is where the fish really eat. They eat under the surface 90% of the time, and soft hackle wets and nymphs will take the cake over dry flies anytime. Yes, I said it, in small streams. So again, we're going to start off with the creme de la creme of the soft hackles, which is called the Unknown. This is a really pretty simple fly to tie to a certain degree, and it really does perform. So we're starting with a number 10 nymph hook with a 3.8 millimeter tungsten bead on the top. You can switch up the tungsten bead to different weights, and of course we are starting with 8/0 UTC thread. So we'll start the thread about 3/4 of the way up. And we're going to wind that back, keeping nice tight thread turns. And we'll go up between the hook point and the shank. For the tail, we are using some pheasant tail, and you want to grab, 5 to 6 strands of that. Okay, and we're going to make that about a hook shank length back. We'll tie that in. And wrap that towards the barb. Start wrapping forward. Now here you want to cut off the excess about, again, where you kind of started the thread, and we're going to wrap that all the way back up. And the reason we're doing this is because most of the body here, 3/4 of the body, will be wire, and we want a nice uniform body there. Okay, we're going to wrap that back now. Now this pattern, dead drifting, swinging, and stripping, works amazing. For the back part, you can call it a butt, a tag, whatever you want to call it here, but we are using some Antron dubbing. It's almost like a mixture of Antron and regular dubbing to a certain degree. What else do we got here mixed in? Diamond dub. Okay, so what I like to use on this particular one is black. So it's almost like an ice dub. We're just going to need a little bit, not too much. Okay, we're just going to wind that nice and tight at the back. And you want to do it tight and a little bit of the thread locking it in, because there is no rib on this to lock the dubbing in or anything like that at the back. Okay. Now this rear portion of hackle, we're using woodcock body, and they're very small soft hackle feathers, very small, so you got to be careful with these. We are going to do 2 turns max, but sometimes because they're so delicate and small, they will break off when you try to start turning the hackle. So just have a few extra. It's not a big deal if you do break them off. So on this one, we're just going to strip the soft feather hackles at the butt section there. So we strip them off, and we're going to tie that in right at the back here. Okay. What I like to do is leave this stem there until we're done, because we'll be wrapping over it again. So just want to grab your hackle pliers. Again, this is very delicate. This woodcock plumage is very delicate, so be very careful. Okay, and as you're wrapping, just kind of pull back with your thumb and forefinger, and that one took off there, so we'll try that one more time. This is what I mean about it being very delicate. Put any pressure on it whatsoever while you're tying it in, it will break. Okay, and 2. Okay, so almost had that. Okay, we're gonna unwrap that, and this is where I said again, we're to have extra feathers just sitting there waiting for you to grab again. I like this size. Could use a little bit bigger, of course. By all means, experiment with it, but again, this size is pretty good. So we're going to tie this in again. And secure it. Again, don't cut the stem off yet. I'll show you why. So let's see if we can get this one more time in there. May just have to go with one turn. Okay, we're going to cut that off and see how that looks right now for a second, because I don't know if I'm happy with that, to be honest with you. No, I am happy with that. Okay, and we're going to do the exact same thing as we did with the pheasant. I'm just going to cut that off and wrap it forward, okay? Because we do want a uniform body for the wire, okay? Yeah, that looks good. Sometimes you'll have a little piece of dubbing hanging out. Just be very careful and clip it off. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to grab some golden yellowish wire. To be honest with you, I don't know the size of this wire in particular, and the reason being that it is I got it from actually the little craft store. It looks like it's in about a medium size, to be honest with you. So you want to grab a good piece off of that. And what I like to do with this is actually put it inside the tungsten bead. Just secures the tungsten bead forward. And then you want to wrap it all the way back. Much as you can keep nice uniform wraps. You want to wrap that right up to the hackle and then forward again. And you want to stop your thread about 3/4 of the way up. Okay, hopefully that wire will make it there. And we're going to start winding our wire body. And as you're doing this, nice and tight, but always double check. Make sure you don't have any spaces. We're going to wind that all the way up to that thread point. Periodically, always check. Make sure your wraps are nice and tight. Now, just like a copper john to a certain degree, with the tungsten bead mixed in with this wire body, it sinks very quickly, so it's a nice fly to get down very quickly. And we're going to give it one more wrap there. And we'll lock that in. You can cut or twist off the wire. I prefer to cut it. Now we'll grab some more of that black dubbing. You can use ice dub, like I said again. Any sparkling dubbing will do. But this pattern does call for a little bit of sparkle to the dubbing. And you want to start building that thorax or upper body. You want it, of course, quite a bit wider, thicker than the wire body. And it also secures the tungsten bead in there. Okay, like that. Now grab some more of the woodcock. And this one, the upper hackle, you want, soft hackle, you want a little bit longer than the rear hackle, okay? In this one, we are tying in at the tips. So we're gonna reverse tie this one in. And again, very delicate. This plumage is very delicate, so don't be surprised, again, if you cut it or break it. Okay. Grab your hackle pliers, and don't pull too hard on it. Okay, now just pull those back, and just like the rear, 2 turn max. Okay. And don't worry if you get some stuck going forward. We're gonna cut that off anyways. Okay, just like this one did. And I like to get my little comb. I always use the Velcro on the comb if you have one. Seems to pull out these soft hackles a lot better. Okay. Couple winding turns to secure that in, and we'll finish it off with a whip finish. Four turns for me. I like using the different colors at times with the hackle, the rear being a softer white, the front being a brown. As long as the colors are changed up, that's pretty good. You can also make them uniform colors, especially if you're using guinea. Guinea's great if you're using like an orange at the back and an orange at the front. It's also good. 1 drop of head cement should do it. Lock that in. And there you have it, the Unknown. #1 killer in small streams around southern Ontario, especially the Lake Erie tributaries. Use that all summer long. Absolute destroyer of brown trout and rainbows. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, this is the first video of the series of soft hackles and wet flies, and I look forward to seeing you again.